Hello everyone. Today I'm going to show you how to crochet the loop stitch. This is used in my newest Bobble Buddy and in a couple other patterns that I have planned upcoming. So I thought a good stitch tutorial would be useful. So in this case I've got worsted weight yarn and a G hook. It should work for any hook or yarn that you want to use though. So I'm going to start off by chaining 11. I'm just gonna make a little swatch to show the technique. So I'll do 1, 2. All right, so I've got 11 here, and then I'm gonna single crochet 10 back across. Like I said, this is just a swatch. It's not connected, you know, this is not a pattern. It's not going to make anything, it'll just make a swatch. But we want to start out with a row of single crochet. In the case of my Bobble Buddies, you will have single crocheted some of the head before you start doing your loop stitch. So that will be kind of your foundation for the single crochet. All right, so here we've gone 10 back across. So we have 10 single crochets. So we're going to chain 1, and then the loops are going to end up on the side that's away from you. So we're going to insert our hook from the back side, and then the loops are going to end up on the front side. With the Bobble Buddies, you have to turn your work so that you're working to make sure that the loops end up on the outside of the head instead of the inside of the head. And I make that clear in the patterns, but you just have to make sure to turn it because you're working in the round. Whereas here we're working side to side, so we're turning our work anyways. But when you're working in the round, you have to make sure that your loops are going to go to the outside. So we've made our 10 single crochets. We did a chain. I'm going to insert my hook, and then I loop it around my finger. So you can see I have my working yarn over my finger and it's going under on the other side. I'm going to bring my hook in front of the working yarn, and then I'm going to grab it under my finger. It's hard to show it slowly. And then I'm going to pull all of that through. So I've got 3 loops on my hook. I'm going to pull my finger out, and I'm going to yarn over and pull through all 3 of those loops. And that way my loop can't move. So if you just grab back here, if you were not to go over in the front and you just went over in the back and you grab that and then you finish like it's a single crochet, these stitches can come loose. And I've had a lot of trouble with that before. So I like that when I grab over and then under, that it kind of locks that stitch in place. So I'll show you again. We're going to insert our hook as if we're making a regular single crochet stitch. And then with the working yarn looped over my finger, I'm going to go in front of the working yarn, and then I'm going to grab it under my finger. It's tricky and it takes a little bit of practice. It feels a little funny, but this is the best way that I've found to get the loops to be about the same size and get it to lock in place. So again, here, over, under. Using my finger has helped me with keeping the loops somewhat uniform. I did try wrapping like around a pencil or a marker, and it just was too hard. It took too long. The loop stitch does take me longer than other stitches. But it gives a pretty cool texture. loops are getting in the way here. I'll flip it over in a second. All right, so I got to that last one. I'm going to chain one here and I'll flip it over. So now you can see all my loops that have gone all the way across. So because I'm working back and forth on this little swatch, I'll have to do a row of single crochet across here. So I would, if I wanted to keep going with this swatch, I would do 10 single crochets, again, like just normal ones across the top. And then I would turn to go back to doing the loop stitch so that I can get all of the loops on the same side. So this would be the front of my work. Then when I chain, turn it over to the back of my work, that's when I would then go and start doing the loops again. So then when you're working back and forth, the loops end up on every other row. When you're working in the round, you can just continue doing loops in each row in the round because you're not going back and forth like that. So they're all going to end up on the same side anyways. So that's the gist of it. It takes a little bit of practice, but you start as if it's a single crochet, go over the front of that yarn and then grab it under your finger and then go through all three of those loops, and that's it.